What's up, everybody? It's Bradley Roberto with Cutternation. In this video, I'm going to show you my mobility routine / warm-up, recovery, whatever you want to call it. But all these exercises will literally make you a better baseball player. So you can do them before you work out, after you throw, after you hit, during your deload periods, like recovery periods, whenever, before games, just anytime you want to get your body moving better and get your body hot. But all these exercises are very athlete specific. They train the range of motions that you want as an athlete, all the different movements that we do on the field. So really doing these movements and consistently will literally make you a better athlete and a better baseball player. Let's get into the movements. I like to start going from top down, making sure I hit everything. So we're gonna start with the neck, move on to the shoulders, get into the torso, hips, legs, and ankles. So the first one is your neck CARs, or circular articular rotations. And what this is doing is just gonna get your neck rotating, because we always rotate with the neck. We're looking side to side, everything. So what you're gonna do, you can stand straight. You can do these on the knee, whatever. But make sure your rib cage is down, spine is stacked. What we're gonna start with our chin down, and you're basically gonna make the biggest circle you can with your chin. So we're gonna go chin down, all the way down, looking over to the right, boom, chin up towards the sky, boom, all the way around, make that big circle with your chin, making sure everything else is stacked, only using the neck, all the way down to the other shoulder, boom, and then back down to the center. Go back the other way, down, to my left, to my other shoulder, chin up to the sky, boom, all the way around, towards the other shoulder, and back to the center. And you can do those about 3 to 5, 10 times. You know, as you get better at it, you can do less, but as you just start, do it more, take it really slow, make sure you're only moving the neck. Next one, shoulders. Shoulders. Also, shoulders, circular articular rotation. We're just gonna get the shoulder moving in the biggest range of motion possible. We're gonna, same thing, start here, try to isolate the shoulder. With the palm facing in, we're gonna go one at a time, one shoulder at a time. We'll go all the way up, straight ahead. We'll all the way to the sky, trying to only isolate the shoulder. You don't want to extend your back too much. We'll keep the rib cage down, head stacked. From here, we're going as far back as we can without any pain or any like trying to force it. We're just going boom, and then we're going to turn the palm out, going back, trying to keep our chest square and our rib cage down. Boom, all the way down to your side right here with your palm. And now to go backwards with your palm facing out. You're gonna go straight back, as far back as you can, trying to keep everything else straight and square. Boom, once you get to the point where you can't go anymore, boom, we're gonna turn the palm, flip the palm over, and then come back to the other side and back to your side. So one more time, straight out, straight up, all the way up, as far as you can go. Turn the palm out, boom, all the way back, coming back with the palm facing out, all the way as far back as you can go. Turn it out, boom, and all the way back. And then you're gonna do, of course, you're gonna do the other side, about 3 to 5, 5 to 10, however many you feel like you need. All right, next one. Now we're gonna get into our groundwork. We're gonna start on all fours, right here in a quadruped position. 90 degrees here, straight into your chest. Try to get 90 degrees here. Boom, this is a simple one. All you're gonna do is sink your chest down to retract the shoulder blades. Boom, round them up. Same thing, just boom, sink the chest down to retract the shoulder blades. Boom, I'm trying to round it up. This is going to target the trap and the upper scap area, and also your delts, your front delts, and your chest. Boom, boom. The same thing, 5 to 10. After that, we're going to go straight into our cat-cow, which is another very staple to mobility. All we're going to do is from this quadruped position, we are going to round out our back as much as we can, pushing up, pushing through the palms. Rounding out, making sure our neck is stretching, our whole spine is stretching. Boom, once you feel a good stretch, then you're gonna arch it and go the opposite. And try to extend the back and arch the back as much as you can, pushing through the palm, same thing. Making sure the palm's stretching. Boom, back one more. Boom, stretch it out, round it out as much as you can, stretch that spine out. Boom, and then extend again, and extend again. So you can do that, also same thing, 5 to 10, however many you feel like you need. Obviously, if you're just starting out, you need to do more, it's gonna take a little longer. But as you get going, it definitely will speed up a lot more. All right, so now we did our neck, we did our shoulders, we started getting our torso going. Now we gotta get rotating. So this one from the quadruped position again, we're going to take our hand on the side of the ear. There's also a lot of variations for this. So all we're gonna do is we're going to internally rotate as much as we can, hand to this elbow, hand to this arm, whatever you want. Boom, trying to keep these hips square. Boom, and then rotate out as much as you can, stretch it out. You can also do it with the free hand. Reach all the way under as much as you can. Boom, then reach to the sky. Open up the chest, trying to keep the hips square as much as you can. Boom, stretch it out. Another variation of this is you can do with your hips sitting back and arms straight out. Same thing, this is just gonna hit that same thoracic T-spine area, just add a little bit of a different angle. Same thing, hands elbow to elbow. Boom, stretch it out. Boom. And stretch it out. And then the last angle you can do with this is on your forearms. Same thing, hitting that T-spine, but just at a little bit different angle. Boom, elbow all the way to knee, trying to stretch out as much as possible. Boom, stretch it out. Boom, trying to keep the hips square and just really rotating. That way we can get more hip and shoulder separation. Now that we got that going, we started rotating our upper body, our upper torso. Now let's get our hips going. Right, for this, just go back into the quadruped position. So now these are hip circular articular rotations. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to isolate the hip as much as possible, keep everything square. Try not to move so much with everything else. But we're going to bring this knee forward, take one knee at a time. We'll move forward, straight out to the side, and then move your heel, point your heel towards the ceiling. Boom, stretch it out all the way up as much as you can. Boom, and then back towards the center. And then to reverse it, move straight up, and you go heel straight up to the sky. Rotate that knee out, kind of like you're getting like on a motorcycle, getting on a horse, getting on a bike, all the way and back to the center. One more time, knee forward, out, heel to the sky, all the way up, back around, back again, boom, boom. And then you're gonna do both sides, obviously you're gonna do both sides. Same thing, heel to the sky, out to the side, as much as you can, trying to isolate the hip, and back to center. Obviously same thing, 3 to 5, 5 to 10, however much you need. Okay, so after we got the hips moving a little bit, we got the hips started, we're gonna actually start, we're gonna lay down, and then now we're gonna do more T-spine, more hips, more upper body, hip shoulder separation. We need a lot of that as athletes, especially baseball players and rotational athletes. So this one's called an open book, whatever you wanna call it, it really doesn't matter, but we're gonna lay down on our side, one arm that's on the ground out. We're gonna try to get as straight as we can here. Boom, arms out at 90 degrees, hips 90 degrees here. And you can also use a foam roller if you need to. If you don't have, once you're starting out, you can put a foam roller right here. But I like to go on the ground. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna open up your chest, keeping this knee pinned to the ground as much as possible. Boom, open up the chest as much as you can. Get that T-spine going, get the rotation in the lower half going. Try to get as much hip and shoulder separation as possible. Boom, all the way back. I like to reach as much as I can over here, and then open it up again, keeping this knee pinned to the ground, and open it up as much as you can. Boom, it's called open book, because you're opening up like a book. From here, we go straight into our windmills. From windmills, and instead of going out, now we're just gonna go in a big circle as much as you can. We're gonna reach around, boom, keeping the knee pinned to the ground, trying to open up with the chest as much as possible. Less with the shoulder and more with the chest to really get this torso really rotating and separating. Boom, all the way. Boom, and then we're just gonna keep back and rotate. Open it up. Yeah, and obviously you're gonna do both sides. You open both sides, windmill both sides, 3 to 5, 5 to 10, whatever you feel like you need. Cool. So now we really got the upper body going. We started with the hips, so now let's get more with the hips. I like to add this one in. This is more of an activator, muscle activation, add a little more stability in the hips and the hamstrings. So just single leg bridge holds. You're gonna bring one knee up to the chest as far as possible, and then push through your heel and extend with your glutes straight up to the sky as much as possible. You're gonna hold it from 10 to 20 seconds. Boom, you can add bands to your knees to make it a little harder. You can get more reps in just to get activated more. Boom, other side. Really, so it's just adding more stability in your glutes, hips, hamstrings, hip flexor right here. You'll hold it for about 10 to 20 seconds, 30 seconds, until you feel a pump. And then good. Boom. From there, we're gonna do more lower body rotation, since we rotate a lot. So I don't really know what it's called, but I just call it trunk rotations. So arms straight out, hips 90 degrees, legs 90 degrees, trying to keep your knees together, and then you go straight to the side, keeping these shoulders pinned to the ground. Boom, getting this feeling, you should feel the stretch right here in your trunk and the lower body and in the hips. Boom, other side, nice and slow and controlled, trying to keep the knees together and trying to keep those 90-degree angles. Boom. One more time. Boom. Boom. Cool. So now we got everything rotating, we got the upper body rotating, got the hips rotating more, got our hammies nice and activated. Now we're gonna just do more rotation with the hips, more external rotation with the hips. These are called hip 90-90s, just because we're gonna sit straight up with our legs at 90 degrees and 90 degrees. It's one of my favorites. It's probably a lot of baseball players, one of their favorites. So all we're gonna do is trying to keep our chest square and our spine tall. We're just gonna flip our knees over, boom, to the other side. Boom, boom. That way you get both internal and external rotation of the hips on both legs at the same time. Boom, boom. To make it harder, you can push this knee into the ground, try to lift this foot up, or lift this leg up to get a little more external rotation. Boom, boom. To make it a little easier, if you don't have this much hip mobility at first, what you can do is you can lean back and kind of support with your hand, support your body inside. Boom, boom. And then as you get better at it, you can kind of scoot your hands in, boom, to really just kind of support that spine, and just keep rotating back and forth. And obviously as you get better, no hands, and just rotating the hips internally and externally. Boom, cool. Last one, let's just get the ankles moving, because ankles need a lot of stability and a lot of flexibility to handle all the force that we put into them when it comes to running, pitching, landing, change of direction, all that. So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna sit down, knees bent, and we're gonna try to isolate the ankles. We can do one at a time, and we're just gonna do more circular rotations. We'll do one at a time, trying to keep your knees in place and isolate the ankle. Boom, in, down, out, back up, boom. Other way, boom, 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 boom. Same the other side, in, down, out, up, boom. Other side, out, down, in, up. You can do them both same time, obviously, but just all you're doing is trying to rotate the ankle, trying to get that full range of motion, and trying to isolate the movement at the ankle. And that's your basic mobility routine. We hit all different parts of the body, like the whole body. We've got our neck rotating, we got our shoulders rotating, we got some stability in our shoulders, we got our upper torso rotating, lower torso rotating, we got our hips rotating, we got internal rotation with the hips, and we got more stability and more mobility in our ankles.